Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial we'll go ahead and see how we can convert Microsoft Form responses to HTML, Word or PDF using Power Automate. My name is Clavin and I work as a technical consultant. You can find my blogs at clavinfernandez.wordpress.com and my Twitter handle is @clavinfernandez. So without wasting any further time, let's create a form and let's go ahead and convert it. So on the Forms portal, I'll click on New Form. I'll give my form a name, so I'll say Customers Feedback for Blog. So this is going to be my form name. Next, I'll go ahead and add a single text column saying feedback. And that's pretty much it. So this is how our form will look. Perfect, right? Next, what I want to do is go ahead and create a Power Automate. So I'll click on Automated and I'll use when a new response is submitted trigger. I'll click on Create and now I need to pick my form. So the name of the form is Customer Feedback for Blog. I'll select it. Next, I'll type in Forms and I'll select Get Response Details action. Again, I'll select my form and I'll pass it the unique ID or the response ID, which is the output of when a file response is submitted action. Next, I'll add a compose action and I'll create an HTML. So I have an HTML handy, so I'll just go ahead and copy it and paste it in. So the HTML is pretty basic. It has a heading and it has got few BR tags which will go ahead and make my output look a little bit beautiful instead of all having in one line. So now I want to go ahead and pass in the responder email. So the responder email will be the output of get file response details action. The submission time would be the submission time and the feedback would be the feedback out here. Now that I have gone ahead and created an HTML, let me rename it, say compose-html. Next, I want to go ahead and convert this HTML into a docx or a Word document. To do that, I'm going to use the Muhimbi PDF action. So I'll add the convert document action and I need to go ahead and give it a source file name. So what I'll do is that I'll use an expression and create a source file name. So I'll say concat, the concatenation operator or the expression. I'll go ahead and pass in the responder email, comma. I'll then concat it with ticks. So ticks will go ahead and convert the current time into nanoseconds, which will go ahead and create unique IDs. So ticks UTC now. And then I'll say that finally the extension is .html. Now what I'll do, I'll go ahead and pass it the source file content. The source file content is the output of the compose HTML. And this time I'm going to go ahead and say create a docx. I'll go ahead and copy this action onto my clipboard. I'll add a new action. I'll say my clipboard and I'll go ahead and copy the convert document action. Now the only thing I need to change is instead of docx I need a PDF output. So I'll go ahead and follow the best practices. I'll give my actions meaningful names. So it's PDF and this is rename and this is .docx. So I have both the convert document docx and convert document PDF ready. So let's go ahead and write the file back to a SharePoint library. The library name is forms convert demo. So I'll go ahead and add the SharePoint action and I'll add the create file action. My site name is Power Automate Tutorials. The path is the name of the document library, so forms convert demo. The file name would be, so let's first go ahead and create the PDF. So it's base file name. The output of the convert document PDF action. Remember, this is very important because because I have renamed the action to a meaningful name, I know that which output is coming from which action. And then the processed file content will again be the output of the convert document action. Let me quickly make a copy of it and let me add a step. So clipboard, create file, there's a copy. So let me go ahead and quickly see. So this all looks correct. Instead of just remove the file names, just remove the file content and pass it the correct file content. This time I want to create a docx, so convert document docx file content. The name would again be from the docx base file name .docx. This also looks correct. And finally, I'm going to go ahead and again add the action from my clipboard. And this time I'll use the same old formula. So let me just quickly type in the expression if you have missed it. So I'll use concat. I pass in first the responder's email. So let me scroll down. Next, what I pass in is ticks. And I'll pass in UTC now. I'll get out of it and then I'll just say .html and I'll click on OK. And then the file content would be the output of the convert HTML action. So the compose action, right? Not the convert HTML, the compose HTML action. So let me go ahead and quickly rename the actions. So first, if I remember correctly, I'll just rename it as the PDF. Second, I created a docx, and finally I created an HTML. I'll go ahead and give my flow a meaningful name, so forms convert demos, and I'll save it. So if now everything has been configured correctly, our flow should run. So I'll click on test, I'll manually trigger it, I'll go back to my form, I'll hit preview, and I'll say the blog was very good, and I'll click on submit. So this should actually trigger our flow. So our flow is running, and if you see it created the HTML, which looks good. The blog was very good. That was the comment I posted. It converted into docx, it converted into PDF. Now it's creating a PDF, docx and HTML file. If I go back to my SharePoint, you see out here I have got the Word document, which looks good. I have the PDF, and finally I have the HTML as well. So this was a very short tutorial which helped you go ahead and convert files to HTML, docx and PDF using Power Automate. Thank you for listening and happy converting. Bye bye for now.